Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again to another quick shot review. This one is the film known as Pearl, a prequel to the recent release of X, which is a Ti West film, and also this is a Ti West film as well. It's Studio A24, which are very hit and miss with me. Mostly good, mostly hits, but some are just don't quite hit the mark. I think they come up short because of the expectation coming out of that particular studio for horror movies, and certainly modern horror movies. So it's really difficult to find something that gets it right on so many levels. So does Pearl hit the mark? Does it give you enough pre-story to the excellent X? Well, if you want to hear my thoughts on this, then please do join me for the main part of the podcast. In the meantime, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and all that kind of stuff. Podcast on Spotify. And of course, if you're watching the video on YouTube, you know what to do. In the meantime, I'll join you in the main part of the podcast. So, Pearl is, as mentioned before, a prequel to the excellent X by Ti West, and that was released in 2022, and this one was released in 2022 as well. However, it's only just been released here in the UK in March, which is interesting and also very strange at the same time. But nonetheless, we went to go and see it. It was what they call a preview of a film that's been out already for over 4 months. Anyway, it was a full cinema. Some people groaned, some people moaned, some people were laughing. It had a lot of things going for it. There was some things that I didn't particularly like, but let's hit the top subject here, because Mia Goth gives a performance worthy of a movie award, because she is so up and down in this film, portraying the madness of the war years, the early years of Hollywood, people wanting to get famous because of seeing these fabulous moving pictures and things they've never seen before, and just wanting to be part of it, wanting to be famous for the first time. So and given a medium to do it. So there's a little bit of that in there, and we see the origin story of Pearl, as the poster rightly pronounces, an extraordinary origin story. So Pearl, it starts off reasonably slow. It does build up, but then it goes slow again, and it builds again, and it goes slow. What I would have liked to have seen with this film is perhaps an origin story over many years, rather than a couple of days, which is what it seems like, or months. So yeah, my ideal here would be from, seeing from very early childhood to where she was by the end of the movie, and that giving you the crescendo that this needed. There were long, boring periods that needn't be there. There was a lot of things that probably could have been cut out here and possibly made it a short film rather than a feature-length film. Now, this had a runtime of 103 minutes, which is, it's a long time. That is 1 hour and 40. That is a lot of time to fill. And I feel like it could have gotten away with maybe 115, 120 and being a much tighter, much more succinct film to watch, and therefore engage me in what they were trying to do. But it's setting in 1918, where a young woman is on the brink of madness and pursues stardom in a desperate attempt to escape the drudgery, isolation, and lovelessness of life on her parents' farm. So Pearl, played by Mia Goth excellently. We get Matthew Sunderland playing the father, Tandy Wright playing Ruth, Emma Jenkins Pure playing Mitzi, Alistair Sewell, who is Howard, the husband who's gone off to fight in the war, and we also get David Corenswet as the projectionist, the catalyst, you may say, for this film. If you're going to go and watch it, please do. I'd always encourage you to do that. Like I say, director is Ti West. Again, hit and miss. But the more I think about this film, the more I think it actually does work. There was moments where I had a lot of fun. There was moments where it was just a nice tease for the movie that was released before but comes after in X. You got to see if you've seen X, you've seen the What Lives in the Lake and all that kind of stuff, and there's lots of teasers with that, and it's really good. The writers, Ti West, based on characters by Mia Goth, so she had a big hand in this film as well. And there is a few disturbing moments before, during, and after, which do set this apart from a lot of films. Well, like I say, it's very hit and miss. The good points really do hit like an axe to the back. The bad points miss completely like a rotting pig on your porch full of maggots. There's a lot of things here to love, but there's also as many things to not like so much. It felt much longer than it should have. The narrative just didn't. It wasn't made to fill that much time. And the pacing was slow, which means, like I say, there was long, boring bits in there. It could have been better, like I say, as a bit of a shorter film. Didn't even need to be a short film. I remember a time where 1 hour 20 was plenty for a film, and it still got everything in that you wanted it to get in. Nothing kept me glued to the screen throughout this film. But aside from that, the excellent acting in this one, and it makes it a decent prequel, of course. Goth's presence, performance, everything about Mia Goth was brilliant. Cinematography, direction, score, absolutely brilliant. The fact that it was set mostly in the daytime, which is quite different to a lot of what you would call slasher movies. This is by no means one of those. It's more psychological, but does have elements of that in it. And it's all set in the day. Having just watched Scream as well, where it's all set at night, apart from a few scenes, it's very different, and it's got this amazing style to it that just hits every single point. But this one's definitely a style over substance kind of film for Ti West. It's not terrible. I would encourage you to go and see it. And a lot of Ti West films, A24 studio films, are overly misunderstood. And if you look deeper into it, you'll find a really good film here. So I'm going to give this rating of go and watch it, because, you need to make up your own mind. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. If you absolutely adored the film X, then you may not appreciate this film. There was little nods here and there, and the more I think about it, I think, that makes sense now. It's brilliant, and little things that they just shoot off the cuff of just wanting to shoot it, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, it is indifferent. Lots of things to love, some things to not like, but overall, a decent film from Ti West and co-writer Mia Goth, who is once again absolutely awesome. So we'll leave it there. This has been Quick Shot Reviews for Cheap Shot Entertainment. This has been my review and thoughts on Pearl. If you've seen the film, please do leave us a comment. Get in touch with us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Plenty more to come for Cheap Shot Entertainment. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Hiya.